A man was asked why he didn't have any close friends. He thought about it and said that friendship was like a rare and valuable diamond, of which there are many imitations. He pondered that after a string of errors, one begins to believe that all diamonds are fakes and that there are no more real ones. As he entered the conversation, a second man said, "A true friend is a treasure to be cherished and admired," but lamented the rarity of truly valuable and loyal friends. In response to questions concerning his preference for isolation, he said he didn't like being by himself when traveling, dining, or spending time away from other people. He just decided to avoid making new friends in order to avoid getting let down by others. Far from the beaten paths in a serene clearing stood a stately oak tree. It provided shade and cover with its thick leaves and strong branches. During his forays into the forest, a boy who was naturally curious about everything found the oak. He was soon captivated by the tree, climbing its limbs, reading in its shade, and conversing with it as though it were a reliable friend. The oak, for its part, found renewal in the boy's companionship. It looked forward to his visits, which brought happiness and laughter into its days. Still, the boy's visits dwindled as he grew older. He made new acquaintances, took up new interests, and the oak grew more. The boy, who was now a young man, showed up one day looking dejected. He confided in the oak about his financial difficulties and his need for money to fulfill his aspirations. Willing to lend a hand, the oak advised the young man to gather and market its acorns. The young man reluctantly agreed to the offer and said he would be back soon. Months grew into years as days continued to pass. The young man never came back, leaving the oak alone and without the friendship it so dearly loved. Years later, the now grown young man finally made his way back to the clearing. Weary and dejected, he bemoaned the fact that his life had not turned out the way he had imagined. The oak tree felt sorry for the man, even though it was painful to be abandoned. It gave the man access to its sturdy branches so he could construct a home and start over. After building his house and accepting the offer, the man forgot about the oak once more. Years later, the old and lonely man wanted to travel and experience life. Without thinking twice, he chopped off the oak's trunk to build a boat, leaving his old friend's remnants behind. The oak tree, reduced to a mere stump, stood motionless and utterly silent. A fresh sprout appeared over time, flourished, and matured into a sturdy oak, signifying the persistence of life. The new oak learned from its predecessor's experience and remained silent when a new child approached it, wanting to be its friend. It relished life, but protected its heart from the heartbreak of broken promises. Every cynic has a disillusioned idealist inside of them, aware that maybe, just maybe, they were someone's oak tree. Be patient with those you know who don't trust people and don't have friends. It's not to say that they're evil. Maybe you've been an ox for too long and have given up on sincere friendships. This demonstrates that although there are numerous reasons to distrust people, you can still effect change. With time, the child's persistence and patience helped the oak to regain its trust. She came to see that friendship, despite its occasionally complex nature, was a strong link that could give her life purpose and happiness. The tree began to feel hope again, and trust was restored as their friendship with the boy grew. This shows that sincere connections can still be made with people despite setbacks and cynicism. In the community, the oak story became a legend that served as a constant reminder that genuine, long-lasting friendship can change people, even in the face of setbacks and doubts. These are some amazing discoveries about the positive effects friendships and social connections have on our health and well-being. Close friendships become an essential source of support by lowering stress. Stress can be considerably reduced by having a confidant with whom you can discuss your concerns. In addition, social interactions cause the release of hormones like oxytocin, which help people feel calmer and less stressed. Friendships contribute to emotional well-being by providing solace and happiness during happy times and support during sad ones. Higher levels of satisfaction and an overall improvement in emotional well-being are associated with having close friends. Strong social ties have been demonstrated to strengthen the immune system and fortify the body's defenses. Strong relationships are associated with an enhanced immune response, which makes them more resilient to disease and promotes faster recovery. Social ties also have an impact on longevity. Research suggests that individuals who have robust social connections typically lead longer lives. Strong friendships and an engaged social circle are associated with longer life expectancies. In fact, having supportive relationships can be just as healthful as giving up smoking or sticking to a regular exercise schedule. Moreover, the value of social connections goes beyond lowering depression risk. Individuals who have strong social networks are less likely to suffer from depression, and when they do, their symptoms are typically milder. In order to overcome depression and other mental health issues, social support is essential. Strong friendships that provide a sense of acceptance and belonging also boost self-esteem. Individuals who have close friends typically possess greater confidence and self-worth. Friends can give encouraging remarks and support in developing a positive self-image. Strong friendships are also linked to positive lifestyle choices. Positive role models for healthy eating, exercise, and living an active lifestyle can have a positive impact on our own lifestyle decisions. In the end, strong friendships play a critical role in forming our emotional resilience. Having friends who support us emotionally during trying times increases our capacity to overcome obstacles and overcome challenges. In addition to being enjoyable, friendships and social interactions are vital to our general health and well-being. A viewpoint consistent with the Stoic teachings that inner virtue and wisdom are necessary for a good life is that developing and maintaining meaningful social relationships is one of the most important investments we can make in our mental and physical well-being. Empathy is essential in this situation. Understanding and sharing another person's feelings implies having the ability to put oneself in that person's shoes and gain insight into their feelings, opinions, and experiences. This builds emotional ties and improves interpersonal relationships. When we feel understood, we are more likely to be vulnerable and trusting. In order to effectively resolve conflicts, empathy is also essential. It enables us to comprehend the thoughts and feelings of others and makes it easier to find solutions that will satisfy both parties. Furthermore, empathy increases tolerance because it helps us to comprehend the experiences and perspectives of others, which increases our tolerance for diversity and our respect for social, religious, and cultural differences. It enables us to provide sincere emotional support, exhibiting empathy and consideration for the emotions of others, fostering a climate in which people are supported and appreciated. In turn, human connection, which includes genuine and meaningful interactions, involves the sense of closeness and belonging in our interpersonal relationships and is essential to our emotional health. Individuals who feel this connection are typically happier, have lower rates of depression, and have higher levels of life satisfaction. Moreover, deep interpersonal connections reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and serve as a buffer against stress. People who are compassionate and have a strong human bond are better able to overcome obstacles and overcome difficult emotional barriers. Additionally, these connections support, encourage, and motivate people's personal development. Individuals who experience a sense of interconnectedness are more likely to venture out and follow their own goals. Furthermore, studies suggest that having strong social ties may contribute to living a longer life, meaning that those who have strong social ties typically live longer. One of the most important factors in achieving a long and healthy life is the caliber of these interpersonal interactions. In this situation, developing empathy and looking for deep connections with people are essential components of creating fulfilling relationships. These abilities improve our quality of life and foster the growth of more accepting, compassionate, and cohesive societies. Our interactions with one another have changed dramatically in the digital age, which has a profound impact on the nature of our friendships and social connections. The following information sheds light on social dynamics in the digital age. Digital connections, social media, and chat apps have made it possible for people to connect in the age of technology. This has led to the emergence of virtual friendships, where people can establish meaningful connections despite geographical barriers. Virtual social networks. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have completely changed how we interact with friends and family. Through the sharing of images, thoughts, and moments from our everyday lives, these platforms enable us to sustain an unprecedented and ongoing connection. Overly open communication on the internet can affect the way we communicate and share personal information. Instant messaging apps, platforms such as WhatsApp, Messenger, and Snapchat have completely changed the way people communicate. They allow for the sharing of images and videos in real time, which fosters intimacy even when people are far apart. Online professional connections, sites such as LinkedIn have transformed networking by providing access to new opportunities for employment, partnerships, and career advancement. Virtual groups. As technology has advanced, so too have online communities where individuals with like interests can come together and exchange knowledge. These groups can range from mutual support to topic-specific discussion forums. Mental health awareness. Social media has been instrumental in increasing public awareness of mental health issues by giving people a forum to discuss their experiences and look for support. Difficulties of the digital age. Notwithstanding the advantages of digital connectivity, problems like social anxiety and cyberbullying have emerged. The constant pressure to compare and stay active online can have a negative impact on one's emotional health and self-esteem. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a little time, but that we lose a lot." These words are crucial to keep in mind. This emphasizes the necessity of using digital connectivity sensibly and sparingly. We need to work to strike a balance between virtual and in-person relationships in a time when relationships online are commonplace. Despite the digital hyperconnectivity, many people feel isolated in the midst of the loneliness crisis. As a result, there is a greater understanding of the value of social ties and the rise of programs aimed at addressing the isolation crisis. Even in this hyperconnected age, loneliness is marked by a profound sense of abandonment and a dearth of meaningful interactions. Loneliness is becoming more and more common in modern society. Many people struggle with extreme loneliness, which can be caused by a variety of factors like a decline in face-to-face interactions and social engagement, especially among younger generations whose social skills are impacted by technology. In many cases, virtual relationships fall short of the real thing when it comes to communication. Despite the digital hyperconnectivity, many people feel isolated in the midst of the loneliness crisis. As a result, there is a greater understanding of the value of social ties and the rise of programs aimed at addressing the isolation crisis. Even in this hyper-connected age, loneliness is marked by a profound sense of abandonment and a dearth of meaningful interactions. Loneliness is becoming more and more common in modern society. Many people struggle with extreme loneliness, which can be caused by a variety of factors like a decline in face-to-face interactions and social engagement, especially among younger generations whose social skills are impacted by technology. In many cases, virtual relationships fall short of the real thing when it comes to communication. An additional obstacle is the shame and stigma associated with loneliness. Many find it difficult to acknowledge that they are lonely, which makes it challenging to ask for help or support. The hectic schedules and long work hours of the modern lifestyle frequently leave little time for forming meaningful connections, trapping people in a routine that prevents them from doing so. Changes in family dynamics, such as the increase of people living alone or geographically dispersed families, also lead to isolation, especially in times of emotional need. We can reflect on the idea that, although we cannot control external circumstances, we have power over our perception and reaction to them. In this context, recognizing and accepting loneliness and actively seeking genuine and meaningful connections can be valuable steps. Stoic wisdom encourages us to find contentment within ourselves and to realize that the value of our connections is not based on quantity, but on quality and depth. Social networks can intensify the feeling of loneliness by inducing social comparisons, where individuals feel disconnected while observing others' joyful connections online. Cultivating friendships is crucial. Research shows that older adults with an active social life and surrounded by intimate relationships enjoy a superior quality of life and have greater longevity. In fact, Friendships in old age are fundamental to mental and emotional health, providing valuable support. Long-lasting relationships are priceless treasures that develop with us at different stages of life. These connections not only bring happiness and emotional support, but also have a significant impact on our mental and physical health. It is important to recognize the need to accept the reality of loneliness and seek practical solutions to overcome it. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we should focus on what is within our control, in this case, taking active steps to form and maintain meaningful connections. It also encourages us to look within ourselves for satisfaction and contentment, rather than depending solely on external sources for happiness. Exploring friendships throughout life, from childhood and adolescence, we see that these stages are crucial for the development of social and emotional skills. Childhood and adolescent friends often become adventure partners and pillars of trust, laying the foundations for future relationships. In youth, friendships diversify. Some friends may be work colleagues while others share hobbies and pastimes. These bonds help shape our social identity and offer support during periods of significant change. In maturity, friendships often revolve around family, career, and common interests. These friends are essential, providing emotional and practical support in challenging times, while long-standing friendships gain special depth. In old age, friendships continue to be vital for emotional well-being. Friends can become an essential support network after retirement and the loss of loved ones, bringing a sense of continuity and purpose. The relevance of friendships throughout life for mental health is undeniable. People with strong friendship ties are less likely to suffer from depression and loneliness. Frequent social interaction fosters emotional well-being. Intimate friendships provide a safe environment for the expression of feelings, mitigating stress and elevating self-confidence. In difficult times, long-standing friends can be crucial support, providing comfort and companionship. Additionally, the ability to adapt is fundamental as people evolve over time, and understanding changes in friends' personalities and situations is vital to preserving these relationships. Lifelong friendships are pillars of emotional support and well-being, enriching our experiences by offering joy, comfort, and a strong sense of belonging throughout the various stages of life. The number of friends a person has is not an indicator of their worth, as the essence of relationships lies more in quality than quantity. Having a small circle of sincere and loyal friends is immeasurably more significant than having an extensive list of superficial acquaintances. Deep and meaningful relationships provide a haven for expressing complex emotions, fears, and authentic joys, nourishing the true expression of self and a sense of belonging. Maintaining quality in numerous connections can be challenging. In the closest friendships, emotional and practical support is authentic and enduring, marking a substantial difference in times of adversity. Honesty and transparency are key in larger groups, where social masks are often used to hide true feelings and thoughts. In quality relationships, people have the freedom to be genuine, which favors emotional growth and mutual understanding. This environment fosters continuous education and lifelong learning, opening paths for both professional and personal development. Acquiring new skills and knowledge can lead to new careers and enriching experiences. It is crucial to step out of the comfort zone. Facing challenges, fears, and uncertainties leads to an intense journey of self-discovery. These experiences promote self-esteem and genuineness. Moreover, developing empathy is vital, seeking to understand and interact with people from different cultures, backgrounds, and perspectives. This encourages the development of empathy, stimulating tolerance and respect. We can reflect on the importance of cultivating relationships based on virtue and mutual respect. As the Stoics believed, deep and meaningful relationships are an essential part of a full and happy life. These friendships rooted in honesty and understanding not only enrich life, but are also congruent with the Stoic pursuit of wisdom and well-being. Thus, in the quest for authentic connections, it is fundamental to value quality over quantity, promoting truly enriching and lasting relationships.